Good day, adventurers. We're here finalizing the last little episode or series of our cost of living in Grand Cayman in 2026. No vacations, not luxury, just normal everyday life. Because we keep hearing the same thing. It's so expensive to live in Grand Cayman. But we wanted to break it down with real numbers, real expenses on how much you actually spend month to month. First thing we had to address was what's the average income. We found out that the minimum wage is $8.75 per hour, Cayman dollars, keeping in mind that there is no income tax on these dollars. However, we found expenses were quite extreme. The first thing we went through and noticed was rent, one of the biggest expenses that any household has. A one-bedroom home to rent is on average around $2,000 to $3,000 per month. A two-bedroom home, roughly about $3,000 to $4,000 a month. This is not high-end, not luxury, just basic, kind of the standard. Next thing, food, groceries. We did do a walkthrough of Foster's, so be sure to check out that video that we have posted on Foster's walkthrough and the costs of grocery shopping in the Cayman Islands. We did find a couple of things were considerably cheaper. Chicken, pork, and soft drinks, oddly enough, were quite affordable. However, other essentials were also considerably more expensive, such as fresh fruit, fresh produce, as well as milk and some dairy products. So all in all, for a single person, you're looking at roughly about $700 to $1,000 per month in grocery food expenses. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, share some of these videos if you know people who are interested in learning about the costs of living in the Cayman Islands. Every little bit of help definitely helps to promote our channel. And as always, please be free to share some comments. We'd love to know what you guys think, if you have any opinions, or even if you have any special tricks that you know of to help make things a little bit more affordable while living in the Cayman Islands. Every little bit of help is always greatly appreciated. The next thing that we delved into was health insurance. Health insurance is mandatory on the island. It's a requirement. Most people pay on average for their plan about $300 to $800 per month. This is a major fixed cost that you have no choice but to incur. The next thing that we tapped into was things like transportation and utilities. Fuel prices are roughly about $5 to $5.50 a gallon, depending on where you are on the island. We noticed in particular that the further towards the east end that you got, fuel was usually a little bit more affordable. The closer we got into the main area, like in Georgetown, it seems to get a little bit more expensive. Car insurance has a lot of variability. It can be a basic plan from anywhere from about $60 to $90 to a full coverage plan from about $120 to $200. Now, obviously, there are a multitude of different factors that all contribute to this that we're not going to get into, but those are the basic averages. The next thing we got into was electricity. Electricity costs were considerably higher. They are on average from about 32 cents to 33 cents per kilowatt hour. Now, this is almost double what the global average cost of electricity is. There's a multitude of factors for this. The majority of the energy that comes on the game came from the Cayman Islands is actually diesel generated power plants. So it can be quite costly for electricity, especially on the hotter days when you're running an air conditioner. Internet and phone bills can average as well from anywhere from about $150 to $250 per month. So basic bills can add up quite quickly. So taking all of this into consideration, for a single person living a normal, comfortable lifestyle, not extravagant, is usually on average about 3,000 to 5,000 Cayman dollars per month. So when you take into consideration that the minimum wage is only $8.75, the Cayman Islands can be quite expensive to live. Our final takeaway is that the main expenses come from rent, insurance, utilities. That's where your money goes in Grand Cayman. So yeah, no income tax. However, when you actually look at your monthly budget, that's not where your real costs go. But not everything is expensive in Grand Cayman. However, the things that matter are. I would like to take this moment to share one of our latest affiliated marketing partnerships with Revive Superfoods. They are a health-orientated, smoothie-based type of product that's very easy and convenient and quick for people who are on the go, wanting to try and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Please be sure to check out our link in the description or scan the QR code on the page in front of you or on the screen in front of you and see what you think and let us know. And be sure to tune in next week to see where our adventure takes us next. Thanks for watching.